Hello? That was not nice. You can hear me now. If you can't hear me, refresh your page or turn your speakers on. Okay, now, sorry. Back to the stream. Let's see. We are going to be talking about this general area right here. It's important. It's a highly conflicted zone between TR and NC, and I think the NC should just step back and give us our territory back, but no, that's besides the point. It's right here. It's the first area we're going to be talking about is Quartz Ridge Camp. This right here is the most worthless territory in the entire game. There's nothing here. The only thing that is here is this ammo tower right here, and that is useful for all the vehicles that you pull from nowhere, and unless people have shot their way all their way from right here and just fought the entire way, ran out of ammo, lost all their sunderers, and then finally took Quartz Ridge using the road. That's the only way that ammo tower would ever be useful. From Quartz Ridge, you can see exactly nothing. You can see the side of Indar comm array up here, and shelling that from down here would be terrible. You have no real advantage when doing that. I'm still getting some of you guys saying that I'm having mic errors, so give me a moment to check my mic. Hello? I can still hear me. Jesus Christ. He had me muted the entire time. Oh my God. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Quartz Ridge is tactically useless. The only thing it does is give us access, or it gives the TR access to Indar Excivation, Indar comm array, and I believe one edge of Seabed Listening post. No, it doesn't even. It's not even Seabed Listening post. It's nothing. That's all it does, is give us access to comm array and excavation site. It's ridiculous how useless this is. The only use that it does have, again, is that one ammo tower, which it's in a terrible spot anyway. So if you're trying to use vehicles right here, you're just going to get slammed from Indar comm array, which you should take before you ever take Quartz Ridge. It should be West Highlands. Actually, it should be Seabed, Indar, and Indar Excavation site. It should be. It kind of hurts, but it should be last on the list for that. The next area I'm going to be talking about is Indar Excavation site. Indar Excavation site is super important. It is amazingly important. It has base defenses. South Dahaka, right here, this area. I don't remember what the exact name is. They changed it on me before or after I made this little nifty labeled map. But South Dahaka is amazingly important, but it's really hard to take. Water. Indar Excavation site is the closest place that the TR can regroup and actually effectively reload galaxies, create armored columns, and start marching into Dahaka and or north. I don't see why they would skip by Dahaka. It's a pretty big base in the area. Let's see, what else did I want to say about Indar Excavation? I got my little notes here. Yes, it has base defenses and whatnot. Okay, yeah, that's it. It's incredibly easy to defend. Once it's captured, it's incredibly easy to defend. I flew out over the NC earlier, and I went ahead and took this nice, beautiful picture right here. That one. Nope, that one. There we go. I took this nice, beautiful picture right here of just how literally just open the area around it is. It's probably a good, I don't know, kilometer, half a kilometer of just open space in a circle around this place. It is crazy easy to just sit here and shell out with your anti-tank cannons and defend the skies with your flak. It's dumb not to be able to defend this. If you can't defend this, you should probably go get more people. Unless you're just completely, 18-1 overnumbered or outnumbered. They could probably do it with 8-1, but honestly, how many times have you been hit with that kind of force? It has Indar Comrade, that is. Oh, where's my good camera? There we go. It has another purpose. When paired with Indar Comrade and Corea Medlabs, it turns into a amazing artillery site. It would be like using flails from Planetside 1. We'll get to that in a minute, though. I got some more sticky notes, and let me show you the map. The safe place, yarn, regroup, blah blah blah. Indar Comrade. This really is the sweet spot in this area. Indar Comrade, that is. Because of this high ground, it is just stupid easy to be able to attack other bases from Indar Comrade. The NC do have the advantage on this, as they are currently located in the north. But hopefully that'll change. I mean, the terrain won't probably change for the rest of the beta, but maybe where the warp gates are, maybe we'll... actually, Higby just tweeted a few minutes ago that we will be moving to the north. So we will have this sweet spot, and TR has to lock down Indar Excavation site, because you know how important it is to us. Indar Comrade, on the other hand, is even more important in the area. It serves as a platform for being able to defend and attack with artillery, and it's the highest ground in the area that's easily accessible by tanks and whatnot. They can just drive up this hill right here, line up right here, even pull around to the back. This side, this ground right here is kind of fuzzy. It doesn't work all the time for shelling things because they have high ground right here. The TR have high ground right here, and it's pretty much even. They're on even ground, and the TR can actually back off this direction. Whereas if you're NC right now and you try to back off from this spot, you're falling down a cliff and it's really hard to get back up. You probably can't drive up this side. You'd have to come all the way up here and go around. But let me show you on the map because I had the wrong screen up. I know. I'm working on it. First daily. Here is where I said you could line up tanks at Indar and begin shelling. This area is the fuzzy area that is hard to get up to from NC side. You'd have to come up here and go all the way around, and it's pretty much countered by this high ground right here, right at West Highlands, because it's about the same level, and the TR can back off currently. And if you try to back off from here, you just end up falling down a cliff. Let's see. Skyguards do amazing up at Indar up on this ground up here. They can still back down off the hill, and they can pull back and stay on the back side of this high ground right here, and can't be hit by tanks. It's really nice, unless the tanks are parked here, which I have never, ever seen anybody park here. Come to think of it, I've actually never seen the NC use this to its full potential, which hopefully, now that this gets out and we're moving up north, since we have the tanks that shoot 2 shells, we can come up here and piece out this entire area pretty easy. Let's see. I'm going to move over to the correct camera. There we go. This is pretty much impenetrable. Once we have both of these two captured, the NC always go to Indar. The only place that Indar gets taken, the side that it gets taken on, the majority of the time, is from Seabed Listening post on the ground right here, because it's so hard to actually get defenses up on this cliff without exposing them. And it's pretty easy. Seabed Listening post is probably the most defensible spot in the area. Indar Excivation is a close second, and Indar is a close third because of the sheer cliffs right here. It's really easy to defend from the Quartz Ridge side, not necessarily so much the Dhaka side or Corea Medlabs side. From here, tanks can somewhat shell Dhaka. It's kind of far away, so it's not really worth it, unless maybe you're sitting here. But you do have this area right here. You won't be able to shell any further than this probably. But you can take Dhaka. You can't really get around to the Seabed Listening post side of it, which is why it's so hard to defend. You can definitely pull over to the side here, shell Indar Excivation if they're in trouble, and shell Corea Medlabs, and definitely just pull up here and shell the ever-living crap out of Quartz Ridge, because it's such an exposed site from Indar. That's why it always gets taken before Quartz Ridge when we are attacking north. We always lose Indar before we lose Quartz. I have seen this happen before, where we will go to cap Indar Excivation and Indar, and we will have both of these captured, and they will cap Quartz Ridge. And with like 20 guys, 20 maybe 25 guys, we will hold both spots for more than long enough for the rest of TR to cap Quartz Ridge. The only problem is half of our guys are located just south of here at the warp gate, and they're standing there AFK watching Doctor Who. Which, AFK timers would be really nice, Higby, if you happen to be watching. because it's getting really agitating. Half of your people not even participating. They're just standing there trying to gain Araxian when you have no basis. Anyway, done with that rant. Let's go and look at the Seabed Listening post. Unless I have more. Oh, I do. I do have more for you. I have Indar pictures, actually, and I forgot I had them because I had to go sneak myself into NC territory and kill like 3 of those bastards. This is the low ground. I'm actually in Indar Excavation. That's how low the ground is. I went down the hill. You can see Indar right here, right there. It's right here in this corner. But tanks can sit here, and you can see what's going on down there. You can see the tanks if they're coming out of Dahaka and moving towards, this would be Corea Medlabs. You can see how open that area is, and you can see how easily it would be to suppress it with armor. And so you got a Sunderer in there and unloaded a bunch of guys into this building. It would not be that hard. The only problem is it's really hard to climb the cliff behind you, right here. And this is another shot of, this is Corea Medlabs, off to the right. And this is Indar Excavation. This is probably the only real place that Indar Excavation is vulnerable to. Because of where you sit right here, you can just shell the crap out of Indar Excavation too and take down their defenses on this side. You can actually see there's one right here, and there's, I believe, one right here. You probably couldn't hit that anti-tank one right there. But, I mean, you can understand what I'm talking about. It's really easy to be able to shell that, and I'm, again, surprised that I haven't seen NC actually sit up here and use this spot as an artillery advantage. I am going to be talking more about Seabed Listening post. Let's see. I had to do a flyby of this one because they did not like the fact that I was here. I actually had to sneak up. It was pretty cool, guys. I had to. I landed right here. I got out so the engines from my Mosquito wouldn't be putting out blue light, and I flew underneath these pipes here in this trench. I pulled a Luke Skywalker. Anyway, I flew underneath these pipes right here and popped out above Seabed Listening post and got a nice snapshot of it. Here you can see how defensible it is. It's got sheer cliff faces right here. It's got a gigantic rock wall up here, which is pretty much impossible to put a galaxy up there. That's probably the only way people would get there, and half of them would slide down the hill and die anyway. It would be and is very vulnerable to liberators. That's about the only thing that can take this spot down. That's the perfect target for a liberator because they just pop. Ooh, hey, they just pop up over this hill, put their belly to the side a little bit, and unload a couple rounds, and it'll take out from about here to the point. Actually, I believe the point's right here, so they could shell that area. But if you're in this building, you'd be okay. They would just be able to suppress you very well. And you can't see it here because the cockpit is in the way. But you're actually able to walk out of the Seabed LP and move up this hill and move up this way, right here, along this mountain or this ridge. And you can get to Indar on its vulnerable side right here which I've seen the NC do several times. They've spread out along this ridge and just slowly advanced. The spawn room is right here. So they lock out one exit to the spawn room with just sheer gunfire. And if you step out that way, you pretty much instantly die. So you have to move around this way and come down, which takes a little bit of time. As well as they will bring infiltrators along this ridge and come up behind us and drop spawn beacons right here so that they can move they can move their troops and drop them here. It sucks. That's pretty much how they take Indar array every time. They eventually get it secure enough where they can park a galaxy literally right here, so they don't have a run. And by the time they park the galaxy there, the fight's over, unless for some ungodly reason there's an armored column moving south through West Highlands checkpoint. Then they might save you. That's about it. And I wanted to just touch on Corea Medlabs. It is part of this little trifecta here between Indar Excivation, Indar array, and Corea Medlabs. Between the three of them, you can form pretty much a self-replenishing armored column to shell pretty much any of these locations in the area. You can even you can get over to you can get over to Dahaka and actually start taking things. You can use there's not much high ground over here, but the walls are positioned very well for defending Dahaka. But it's not that hard to move north and start using this right here to shell inside of Dahaka. Corea Medlabs is important for one reason only: ammo. The Sunderers that keep running out of ammo while you're shelling the crap out of everything up here at Indar array, they can move through down the hill to Corea Medlabs, rearm, come back up, rearm the tanks, and just it creates a small supply line back and forth if you use it properly. I know I haven't touched on air very much, but I mean, pretty much as long as you have sky guards up here at Indar array and they're being protected with prowlers and whatnot, and the enemy isn't able to move much armor out, you can own the skies in roughly this area at a minimum right here. I'll make that bigger for you. In roughly this area, in between Seabed and Indar, you just draw a circle. They'll pretty much be able to own the skies and keep the prowlers and everything safe while they're doing their damage. As for ground forces, they'll just have to keep going back. Something I also didn't touch on is good, safe galaxy sites. If you have that nice armor sitting up here at Indar array, there's a couple of places you can park galaxies. There's some rocks here where you can be protected, and that armor can still cover you. For the most part, after you take this trifecta right here, you need to be moving to Dahaka South. That should be your next target, as long as Seabed Listening Post isn't owned by the enemy. That should be your next target. If Dahaka South, if Corea Medlabs, Indar Excavation Site, and Indar array are yours, Seabed Listening Post is your only threat. If they're not attacking from Seabed Listening Post, the southern Dahaka would be where you want next, so that you can you can get those respawns and have your guys be able to charge in on foot. You be able to use this mountain to your advantage to be able to park galaxies in the area, maybe closer to this side, just because of the fact that your tanks won't be able to shell that far. Right here is about where they'd want to be shelling. Yeah, that's pretty much my thoughts on the area. Yeah, Mia, he wanted out of the room. He was being a pain in the butt. That's pretty much my thoughts on the area. Next week, I am doing a popularly conflicted TRNVS site down by Tarwich. It is, I have the map for it. It's not labeled yet. Let me. Oh no, I was going to do the crown. That's what I was going to do. So I can get the other map labeled. Yes, that is correct. The crown, this area right here, and it pretty much all the way from Broken Arch to the crown. This Zeravan area right here, the western side of Zeravan. Actually, outside of West Zeravan, no. This popularly conflicted area right here. This is pretty much. This is actually typically conflicted by all three races, but I'm also going to be touching on things to the south, so it will be Vanu and TR conflicted area as far as I'm focusing on. Yeah, that's. Let me see. Let me look at my notes real quick, guys. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Officer chat is tomorrow. I'm just gonna give people. Excuse me. I'm gonna be helping people try to figure out how to, if they want to start an outfit, manage it, how to organize things so that it's not a headache on you, as you've seen me be stressed out for the last God knows how long, because we're running with a bunch of randoms. Yeah, it's ways to not be stressed out and actually have your guys be managed efficiently. Actually, the description is right here. Breaking down how to get the people in your outfit more efficient. It's not just going to be outfit. I'm going to be showing you how to manage randoms also. I'm going to start off small. Single squad, the lone wolf squad leader, who's not actually in any outfit, and doesn't really run with an outfit. I will show you that first. And then, of course, on Thursday, we're going to have offensive and defensive postures. We're going to analyze the map and when you should, so you know when you should be and when you should not be offensive, where you should be offensive, and when you should be offensive and versus defensive. Like this map right here, I see a couple of things that indicate a defensive posture for the TR. Mostly along this region, but there's a big red warning sign flashing for this region right here, and we'll get into that later. Huh. Mm-hmm. Don't have the trifecta in this map. I have 2 out of the 3. That spells disaster, and I'm pretty sure this went over horribly. Anyway, Guys, go ahead, follow. Show your friends. Uh, tell them about it. Tell any new players that you get um, that they should come watch. I'm going to be doing instructional type videos like this for the next foreseeable future till I stop. I'm going to be analyzing every map that they come out with. I won't break down every change they do to the map, but I will analyze how that actually influences the game. I'm tired of waiting for esports to be ready in this game, so I'm making my own labels on maps and content and stuff like that, which is really painstaking and slow. So I put a lot of work into this. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback on how the show might be better. Like, I don't know, audio. Audio would probably be good. Yeah, you guys go get on Planetside 2 and kick some people in the face for me. Have a good night.